Today, I'm going to show you how to live stream onto your Facebook profile, onto your Facebook business page, and into your Facebook groups. In fact, as many groups as you want to stream into, all at the same time, following a few very simple steps that you could use today. And you know what? When you start multi-streaming, when you start live streaming in multiple, well, what that does is it widens your audience, so you're reaching a bigger amount of people, and it helps your show to get the audience it needs to get off the ground. So don't go anywhere. We've got a great show for you today. Stick around. It's Stream Like You Mean It.
You're watching Stream Like You Mean It, where entrepreneurs and video creators like you learn to create more effective and engaging live stream shows.
Make it hot.
This show is hosted by Owen Video and powered by Restream. We're live every Monday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, multi-streaming on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and more. Now, here's your host, Owen Video.
Hey, welcome back to Stream Like You Mean It, where small business owners, entrepreneurs like you get the tips, the tricks, and the strategy to grow your revenue with live stream video. We're live every Monday at noon PST. That's 3 p.m. If you're on the East Coast and you can give me an Air 5, just like that, type 5 or leave an emoji 5 in the comment section below, because the Air 5, that's how we say hello on this show. And we're broadcast today on multiple channels. And if you're watching this on the replay on YouTube, then you might want to skip ahead a few minutes. You can check the description box. We put a table of contents down there so that you could more easily find the content faster, because this show is filmed live and we've got a studio audience. We have a live video audience watching us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and the social. So we're going to chat a little bit before we dive into the content today. And I've got a question for you today. My question for you today, as it is almost every week we ask a question, is what is your Facebook Live strategy? Tell me about it right now. What is your Facebook Live strategy? Are you using Facebook Live to get a customer base going? Are you using Facebook Live just to see what happens? Are you going live once a week? Are you going live all the time? I would love to hear about it. So tell me about it in the comment section below. And while you're doing that, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsors over at epiclivevideo.com, who have made this phenomenal show possible. They're called Restream, and Restream is a live streaming broadcast studio that has all of these features, and you're going to love these features. I want to tell you more about them right now. With Restream.io, you can broadcast your message on multiple social media platforms at the same time. And with the new Restream Studio, you can go live with custom branded graphics, a chat room that pulls all your conversations into one place, and many more features. So get started today on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and more. Just visit owenvideo.com/Restream to get your free trial today. That's right, everybody. It's a pretty cool software, and we've got a pretty cool promotion running for it right now at this very time. In fact, if you go and get a free trial of Restream today, it's the free version of Restream. So it's not even a trial. Get the free version of Restream, and you're going to be entered into a drawing to win a free pro account. How incredible is that? And that is all thanks to our friends over at Restream. So supercharge your Restream today, and let me know when you do, because we got a big contest that I think you're absolutely going to love. Hey, it's so good to see all of you guys out there today. I see we got Lead with Jim is joining us today. We've got Legit Doctorate logging in. I'm gonna actually have to look at you guys over on this side, because it makes more sense. I'm gonna move my screens around a little bit here. We got Brendan Sparks, the man, logging in. Great to see you. We got Ann Richards saying, commenting on Instagram. Okay, guys, like, let me off the hook. I have a lot to do when this show opens. I have like 7 screens open right now, and I may have said we're streaming on Instagram. That is not the case today. That is not. I was reading a whole list of social media sites while trying to do a power presentation on this side. So no, we're not streaming on Instagram today, but we are multi-streaming on a few different platforms, and we're glad you're here. Tinker Man Mick logging in, a $5 super chat. Just want to, I love your channel, dude. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. So good to hear that. My man Justin Prim logging in. He's saying, not sure how long I can stay in the stream today. I'm putting together a photo class. Well, I think that's awesome that you're dropping in for the time being. Adam's exploit is saying the future's so bright, I have to wear shades. My man, do you see how, like, imagine if those were my eyeballs. It's like your drunk uncle. Like, hey, everybody, I made it to the party. You know, something like that. My kid asked me the other day, he says, Dad, what's worse, whiskey or liquor? And this is like coming home from church. And so I'm driving in the car and I'm just like, who at church is talking to you about whiskey and liquor? You know what I mean? I just thought it was a little weird, but it's an interesting question. I love that what kids are asking. Eddie Amande is logging in from Nigeria. I'm so glad you're here. And Let's Talk Stroke is sharing his strategy with us. He says, I go live 2 days a week interviewing stroke survivors to inspire and provide hope to other survivors. Well, I freaking love that. I think that is just absolutely phenomenal. And having a strategy is, I think, really important. We've got legit Dr. Rit saying, I need to live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and the other platforms. Well, go get your free trial of Restream today. Go to owenvideo.com/Restream, set up the free trial, and you get entered to win a pro account for a year. So that's really important too. So we've got Lead with Jim also sharing his content strategy. He's saying, I use Restream to host my YouTube live streams in my group 1 time a week with the goal to build community and my clients. So that's fantastic. What is this? We've got Shivam Patel saying, hey, Owen, first time watching the show. Air 5 to you. Glad that you are here. And our last question today before we dig into our content, he says, are you in the full tie experience, or is it a nice shirt with Hawaiian shorts and flip-flops down below? Guys, I want to make something very clear to you right now, is that I am only wearing a shirt and tie right now. I'm only wearing a shirt and tie right now. So just keep that in mind after streaming today. No kidding, of course. You know, Jim's asking that because normally you guys see me in a t-shirt. Well, today, trying a whole different thing. You know, as a brand, we have been looking at like how we present ourselves on camera. And this is kind of like a neat thing. Now, I don't think I'm going to wear this every day, but what I like to do is be edgy. I like my look to have a little bit of an edge. And we kind of did some analysis as a team here, and we thought, you know, when was our show like just really performing and everything was on fire and everything was hot? And my wife says, you know, it was when you were wearing this type of outfit and this type of style. And I was like, you know, let's go back to that. I like it. I don't know why we stopped doing it. But let's keep going. So we're changing our look up a little bit, Jim, and we're doing that as a way to grow the show and to grow our brand. So glad you guys are here. Yeah, now that's another thing too. Let me show you something else. Costume Co. is saying sleeves rolled up to show the tats. Let me tell you something. My tats are very important to me because I didn't get any tattoos until I was an adult. First tattoo I ever got was my wife's name on my ring finger because I don't necessarily like to wear a ring every day, right? So especially I'm working out, I'm like handling video equipment, you know. So yeah, I want people to see like that's the culture that I come from, you know, is a little bit, I don't know, maybe more urban. You know, like I'm from Long Beach, folks. Like you can take the boy out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Air 5 for that. Okay, so it's 1:09. It's time to dig into our content today. And we have got a great tutorial lined up for you because today I'm going to show you how to live stream onto your Facebook profile where you can reach your family and friends. I'm going to show you how to live stream onto your Facebook business page. And I'm going to show you how to live stream into any or all of your Facebook groups, all at the same time with a strategy called multi-streaming. Okay, now what is multi-streaming? Well, it's just like it sounds, kind of, right? Like multi-streaming is the art and science of going live in different places all at the same time. Now, there's lots of ways to do this, but I'm going to show you the quickest, the fastest, the easiest way to do that. And before I do, I want to say big shout out to Stephanie Lou, who is seriously one of my sisters from another mister. She's amazing. We're good friends. She's a fantastic live streamer. In fact, we're writing blogs for our site. We're getting into blogging again, and I'm like, Stephanie Lou has a good blog. So I was scoping you out this weekend, Stephanie. It's good to see you on the show. And of course, my man over at Livestream Labs saying, looks like you should be in the band Blink 182. Yes, Blink from like the 90s, maybe. Maybe not the newest Blink, but we'll see. I guess the jury is out, guys. Which band should I best belong to in this outfit? I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section below. Now, we are going to be answering your questions today. So if you do have questions, I want you to go ahead and ask them in the comment section. And if you can, type the letter Q in the comment section so I can see what your questions are, and we'll answer them all at the end. Okay, let's dig in to our training today. And to do that, I'm going to go to a screen share. And Carlos, I think, can you put the screen share on? There you go. Okay, so I'm going to let Carlos kind of control this for a little bit. And I'm going to talk about using Restream to go live into multiple places at the same time. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to get the free version of Restream. Now, I have the full version. It's $15 a month. It's not a big investment. And we get so many clients from our restreaming that it's really just a cost of doing business. Okay, so again, you can do this on any number of softwares. But if you want to do it quickly, fast, easy, get Restream. Okay, now here's what Restream does: is it multi-streams to different platforms all at the same time. Today, we're going to talk about going live in 3 different Facebook avenues, but you can actually go live on Facebook, in your groups, on your pages, and also on Twitch, and also on YouTube, and also on LinkedIn. In fact, we're live on 2 YouTube channels right now. So there's really a lot of combinations that you can go to. Let's talk about your Facebook strategy right now. What you're going to want to do is click Add Channel. And I want you to know, if you mess this up, right, if you royally screw this up, you'll have lots of opportunities to fix this, and I'll do it right, and I'll show you how. So you're going to click Add Channel, and then you're going to click Facebook Live. Okay? After that, what you're going to do is you're going to connect your Facebook page, and this is the step that you're going to do multiple times. So the first thing that you're going to do, you could do it in any order. You can add your page, and then your group, and then your profile, whatever you want to do. Here's what I would recommend, though. You want to go live in relevant groups. Can you believe that? You want to go live in relevant groups, which means, if you're in a all natural granola weight loss group, but your whole thing is business marketing, the temptation is to go I'll market to the businesses in that group. But that's not what I would do. So I would strategically sort of pick the groups that you're going to live stream in. Now, you do have to be an admin, okay, of these groups. But let me tell you, there's a great strategy here that I want to kind of share with you. Here's a strategy. Start making friends with people in other industries and connect them, let them stream in your group and you stream in their groups. Okay, so this is kind of like baller status here. Okay, let's go back to the screen share. So you're going to pick, I think in this group, what we'll do in this page, we'll start with our personal profile, but you can also stream to your public page, And you can also stream to any number of groups on which you are an admin. So once you choose the group you want to go into, you're going to click save. Okay. And that's going to like complete the deal. Like you did it. You just added a group, okay, to your destinations is what they call it. So now what you're going to do is you're going to add another channel, right? And you guys are out there going like, but oh, and it's a YouTube channel, not a Facebook page. And I get it. It's a channel. They restream to multiple channels. Your Facebook page is one channel. Your Facebook profile is another channel. Your Facebook groups another. So that's what channel means. Don't get it confused with like, your YouTube channel. So you're in this page now, and you're going to click add another channel, and you'll come back to this. Remember how I said earlier, if you screw up, don't worry about it. You can always sort of just fix it later. Well, this is what it looks like. If you mess, you could just come right back to this page over and over and over again. So notice how it says Facebook Live at the top now, along with all the other platforms that you can go live on. And you're going to run through the process again. You're going to connect your Facebook page. This time you'll choose your profile. You'll save it. And now look, in our destinations, we now have our group, our group and our profile here. So what are we going to do? You nailed it, right? We're going to add one more channel. Come right back to Facebook Live, add the page, here. And then now we've got 3 different destinations all logged into our Restream channel. And by simply toggling them on or off, and this is really key, you can toggle them on or off because there might be times, mind you, where you want to go into just Facebook Live, but you want to like dominate Facebook Live. And then there are other times where you might want to add YouTube to that. Or again, mind blown here, right? Like partner up with others in your space that have YouTube channels, even if they're small, and go live on their channel and your channel all at the same time, right? So there's partnership strategies here that you can learn from when you're going live in multiple locations. Okay, let's land this plane so that we can get to Q&A and start talking about some strategy things. So now that you've got your channels, your 3 channels all set up, here's what you're going to do next. You're going to click on events, and you're going to schedule a live event. Click on this button here. And then you're going to choose to schedule a live stream event. By the way, with Restream, you can schedule a pre-recorded video to go out as well. Like, how incredible is this? Okay. And then you're going to create the event with a title, a description. Now, the title of the video on Facebook, no one's really going to see. It's the description box that people are going to see. The description box is sort of like the captions box on Facebook. So like, when you make a post and then you upload a video and then you comment, you kind of like leave text. That's what the description is. Okay. You set your day and your time. It might look something like this here, and of course down here, you'll set up the day and time for the schedule. And then you can even upload a thumbnail image. So it helps to have a great looking thumbnail image that you can choose from your computer. You can go ahead and crop it. You could use a square image to take up more screen space, which is largely what I would recommend for Facebook. And that helps to get more click-through on the videos. And then you're going to click next, which will lead you to this page here where you can choose to toggle on or toggle off the places that you want to live stream to. And when you click the blue button at the bottom to create an event, you will have a pre-scheduled event. Now, you do have to schedule about an hour into the future. So you can't do like a 10 minutes, I'm gonna stream in 10 minutes kind of thing, right? It's not going to work like that. And take a look at these buttons down below here. When you click on these buttons down here, it will take you to the URL. Okay, it will take you to the URL of the video. So if you want to go to see where the scheduled event is on Facebook or is on YouTube, you can click on these links here. Notice the number 7, guys. It means that I am streaming in 7 places at one time. That's all with the help of Restream. Okay, so we've got that. And then when you're ready, you can enter the live studio where you can customize the look of your broadcast using the built-in studio that Restream provides you. Click go live, and on Facebook, it takes about 10 seconds. So within about 10 seconds, you will be live on Facebook. Now, if you don't have Restream, if you're using something else, or maybe you're like using OBS, or you're going live on Facebook with Zoom, look, enter to win a free pro account from Restream right now by going to owenvideo.com/Restream and just get the free version for now. With the free version, you have limited options, yes, but you can still do so much more than all the other platforms I've ever seen. That's why they sponsor this show, because we believe in them so powerfully as the leader in this space, and we want you to be on our team. So check out owenvideo.com/Restream and get started with this amazing service that I think you are really going to love. So that is our training today. If you're watching this on the replay and you want to now watch something else or go into another tutorial, then check the links in the description box below and you can do that. What we're going to do now is answer questions from the live audience about anything that I just covered here today. And we're going to answer any questions y'all might have. Y'all might have any questions y'all might have about live streaming, growing your business with video in general. So, let's do that now. So good to see you guys out there today. There's times like this where I wish I had a co-host. I do. I wish I had a co-host or a guest I could ask a question to and just stop talking for a second. Because it's like, imagine, I want to do a video of like, like when you're lifting, imagine you could only do this, so many times, folks. And my tongue is doing that the entire time that I'm talking. And that's part of why I love the game so much. All right, let's go to our questions for today. Lee Love TV is asking, can Restream stream to a Facebook event? That's a great question. As far as I can tell, no, you can stream onto pages, profiles, and groups. Now, if I'm wrong about that, somebody please correct me, because I want to make sure we're giving the most up-to-date information that we can. Now, here's the thing, though, is you want to use Facebook events to promote your live stream. So I would like to think that you are you're using the events to get alerts and gather people together. But then when you're live streaming, you want to share that within the group to get them watching you on your business profile, okay? Because here's the thing, long term, I want all of you building your business profile, all of you. Like, how many of you are streaming more from your profile or more from your page? Okay, now if you're streaming in groups, you're streaming, I guess you can stream from your business. Largely, it's from your profile. Okay, I'd love to hear what you're doing. So the question is that really the best strategy for you? And I would recommend that you're using the events to gather people, to build alerts. But because events are like, they're temporary and they're hard to reschedule and they're hard to reboot and they're hard to re-engage past audiences, you want to keep getting that audience to new platforms, right? And this is like the ascension model of funnels, right? So first you get them to engage on a video, where you maybe drive them to an event, and now from the event you drive them to your profile, and so on and so forth. Content upgrades is what we call it. It's a great question, Lee, and we are so pumped that you are joining us today. Marco Vincenze is saying, is this live or pre-recorded video? This, brother man, is as live as it gets. I'm an animal on the live stream, and you can be too. So glad that you're out there, but we are 100% live today. In fact, I am drinking the hottest cup of coffee you've ever had. I went to Costco the other day to buy a new mug. Ridiculous, because I got these new mugs that actually make your hot coffee 10 times hotter than it was when you put it in. And I burned my tongue. The first drink I took out of this, I burned my tongue in the middle of church. I'm sitting in church and I like start to, and I I was lisping the rest of the day. NutriStars is asking, can I add an Instagram account? No, it is against the Instagram terms of service to live stream from a desktop. Now, there is a software called Lula TV, and Lula TV is sort of a workaround here. And so what you could do is stream on Lula TV and be streaming on Instagram at the same time that you're using Restream. And you could even build in the screen share feature to kind of like hack your way around it. So there are ways around it. And I'll tell you, the tip I just gave you about Lula TV, like that's big. In fact, somebody reach out to Lula TV. Let's do a brand deal. Somebody call somebody. And that'll get it done. So yeah, Instagram has very specific rules about live streaming from a desktop. Great question. My girl Charlotte Ann Moore is in the house. Good to see you. Talking Tax is saying, I'm joining for the first time on this channel because I'm wanting to learn more about Restream since I have it. Well, today's episode was fantastic. If you missed it, be sure to mark it in your watch later and watch it again, because it's like really the first thing I want you to do, right? If you were to like say, oh, what should I do to grow my live streaming platform? I would say first, like, get really warmed up with Facebook, because Facebook can kind of build your confidence, and then we want to sort of open you up to YouTube. And that's where the big difference can be made in your revenue there. So something to think about. Good to see you here, Talking Tax. Larry Kozin, my man, Air 5. Well, thank you for being with us today. And by the way, where's Teaching with Paul? Where's Paul Duke today, man? Looking for you, buddy. Does streaming to multiple channels split the upload speed? Fantastic question. Okay, let's talk about that. So, let's imagine you're in your house, you're in front of your computer, and it's a Mac, it's PC, doesn't matter. And you're going to go live onto Facebook, okay, just from your desktop. That's going to take somewhere around 3 megabits of upload speed. And so the internet service that you have from your provider, whether it's Xfinity or whoever does the internet in your house. I don't even know. Cox Communications. I have no idea. But you have an internet provider. You have to make sure that you have at least 3 megabits upload speed. Otherwise, you don't have enough speed to get on the web. Most home accounts have like 10 in their basic, and I might be saying it wrong, but it's like 10 Mbps or something like that, megabits per second, something like that. Now, I have 30. Okay. And the reason being, because if I decide to live stream, it's taking 3. But if my kids are uploading Dropbox images or uploading, or my wife could be uploading video for the video marketing school, right? That's also taking upload speed. Similarly, I'm going to live stream on Facebook from my computer onto YouTube. It's 3 megabits per second for Facebook and 4 for YouTube. So now I need 7. If I have only 10 and somebody else is using the internet, then I could have disrupted service, or I could have a bad stream. Like there's a number of things that could happen. It could lag. Okay. So the question is, with Restream, like, oh, and you're restreaming to like 7 different channels here. Like, what is that doing to your internet? That's a great question. Here's the thing with Restream, their technology takes care of all of it. So you don't need to have an advanced internet service provider to get the benefits of Restream. It was the very first question I asked them. I was like, how do you guys do this? How do you do it? Okay, because there's a lot of softwares that can live stream here or there, but to be able to live stream to like 250 locations at one time is amazing. And that's why I love this software. Okay. So no, when you're with Restream, what happens is your 3 megabits goes to Restream, and then Restream has the technology to spread it on the web. And then that's kind of what your monthly membership pays for, is keeping those pipelines open. But they have a free version as well, and you can get started for free and stream in just a couple places at one time, which I think is a good way to get started. And if you want to get started that way, we are having a giveaway this month if you just joined us. So if you get started with a free trial at Restream by going to owenvideo.com/Restream, get a free version of Restream, then you'll be entered to win a full pro account. And that's pretty Amazing. Okay, next question. Krister Bovin is a member of the Video Marketing School, my private training program for business owners and entrepreneurs looking to leverage YouTube and live video. And Chris is asking, Owen, can you invite a guest who's in the audience by sending him a link? Absolutely. With Restream, there's a handful of buttons right down below me right now. And one of them is a little like, it's a symbol of a person and a plus sign next to him. So it's like add a person to your stream. When you click that, it gives you a link. And then you can give that link to anybody. And that person can now join you on your Restream show. And you can have up to like 4 guests, I think. I think you can have even more on Restream. But you can have a handful of guests on Restream. You can also have guests coming in and out of Restream. And I think that that's pretty fantastic too. Okay, so that's something to think about there. I want to give a big shout out to Ahmed, who is giving us a super chat, $10 US. He says, Owen, so glad you're live. I was approached by a sponsor, but I read that YouTube won't allow burned ads in my video. So how do other people do that? Great question. Now, what is a burned ad? A burned ad means it's in the video file that you upload to YouTube. Okay, so you do a commercial for a sponsor, you put it in your video, and then you upload that one file to YouTube. And the thing is I read that YouTube won't allow that. That's actually not the case. Okay, so what you're talking about here is a sponsored video. So in a sponsored video, you can have a company be promoted by you in that video. And we've added small commercials into our videos. You know, Film Riot is a channel on YouTube that does this extremely well. So go look at Film Riot's channel. And they're thriving. They're hundreds of thousands, not millions of subscribers. I mean, they do extremely well. Now, the trick is that when you upload it, it's like doing taxes. You have to sort of declare that this is a sponsored video. Somebody else already sort of paid for this video. And if you think about it, it's extremely fair, because what YouTube is trying to avoid is they don't want one of their advertisers, right? Somebody paying YouTube to advertise in front of your video if that video is already spoken for, right? If somebody else is already advertising in that video. So you do need to declare that video already has an ad in it. And you do this when you upload it. It asks you very specifically. And then once you've done that, you can upload the video as normal. They will not run ads in it. You will not monetize it in the same way, shape, or form. Great question. Thanks so much. Teacher Paul, hard-boiled English, my man. Look at the second shot I wanted to show you. Look, me and Teacher Paul are buds. We've been, we've been hanging out together for a long time as live streamers, business. We've never met in person, which I think is amazing. But I wanted to show you my new second shot here, and you can see my little X keys right here. By the way, guys, if I made videos about how to do my whole setup, would you watch them? I'd love to know, because I'd love to make them. But if you're not going to watch them, I want to make videos you're going to watch. People watch my videos though, but I want, what are you guys looking for? I can show you how to use all this stuff. Great. We got another question coming in from Reagan V Films. Yes, my man. Good to see you. With a fake sponsor, do we have to mark it as sponsored? Oh my gosh. Great question. What's a fake sponsor? So in my program, the Video Marketing School, of which Reagan V is a member, in my program, then I teach what's called a fake sponsor. And it's really it's a goofy term. What it means is that in your videos, you're saying something like, hey, welcome to the show. Our show today is brought to you by my email marketing company. Get a free trial of my email marketing company, today. And you can put that link in the description box below. Okay. And what this is designed to do is to get traffic over to affiliate links that you own, right? So that you could be monetizing your channel or making money with your YouTube videos. We do the same thing. If you made a video about headphones or microphones, and then you wanted to do something like, hey, I put Amazon links to these products in the description box below, so that you're making money on Amazon affiliates. That's also a powerful thing to do. It's kind of like a fake sponsor, okay? But do you have to mark the video as sponsored? No, absolutely not. And here's why: because no one paid for that video. And that's key. It's called a fake sponsor in my group, right? But in real life, it's not really called anything. It's just called affiliate marketing. But if we called it affiliate marketing, no one would join. You know what I mean? So yes, that video space is not spoken for. You have links in the description box that can lead to purchases. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, we don't say this show is sponsored by. We say this show is made possible by, or this show is brought to you by. Okay, we use very specific language to annotate that this video has not been sponsored or paid for. Okay, great question. And we got a lot of you guys commenting that yes, you should market. That is incorrect. You should not market as sponsored. Look, your goal is to make money on YouTube. And you got to know the rules. Remember, the word fake sponsor is a word that our company uses. It's like Big Mac, right? It's like Big Mac is a meaningless word outside of McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a name for their hamburger. Hamburger. Who knows what that movie is? I've never even seen that movie. I've just seen that meme. So think about that. Remember, because like, if you're in my programs, you're going to learn like keywords or branded words and hook points that help you understand a concept. But in the real world, it's affiliate marketing is what we're doing. So I'm glad that we could have this conversation. Another question coming in from Gabriel Taylor: is streaming from Restream smoother than OBS? CPU overload in OBS. I'm really glad you asked that question, because I love OBS. I got my start on OBS. I still have OBS installed on my computer, but I use Restream because it gives me a smoother, more reliable, more in sync stream than anything else that I have ever used, ever. And I have live streamed what? How many of you guys know about my live? I mean, you guys even know like how many live streams I've done? I mean, hundreds since like the last 5 years, since Meerkat. We have tried it all. We used to use OBS to like share our screen where I was streaming onto Instagram and then broadcasting all of that onto Facebook and YouTube. And CPU overload's a real thing. I remember we did a whole episode where the whole episode was putting so much information through the bandwidth that we had to like cancel the show. Like, it didn't work. It was just too much. So it's a real question. And yes, Restream is a software or like hardware. It's a thing you log into. So you don't download anything onto your computer for Restream. And because of that, you have a much higher quality vehicle. And they have a whole team of customer agents that are like, and developers that are working on this all the time. So yes, I would switch, and I think you're going to love it. I really do. Can you customize and do everything that OBS can do? Not 100%. You can do some of the things for sure, but you can also integrate OBS. You could use your OBS virtual cam. I'm using a virtual cam right now to switch back and forth. I'm not using OBS, but it's like OBS. Same thing. OBS can do this. And we can do a lot of other things. So I would actually encourage you to look at an OBS Restream combo. And if you want to know more about that, then let me know in the comments, and guys, and I will make these videos for my channel. Like, I would enjoy this stuff. Okay, next question. Great. We have another question about Restream versus StreamYard. And I feel like it's a hard question to answer because I am sponsored by, and I am firmly in the camp of Restream. That being said, that hasn't always been the case. It used to be with another live streaming software company that also offers a great service. And when Restream approached me and showed me what they were working on, I made a decision to switch to Restream. Now, I've used Restream, and I use Restream as a guest on other people's shows. So like I'm a recurring guest on other people's shows, and I'm used to using the Restream software to do that, or the StreamYard software to do that. So what is my professional opinion? Restream is the best software for live streaming on the web. It's the best. It's the best studio. It has the best features. It restreams to the most platforms. The analytics are the most robust. Okay, there's just so much. Like as soon as I hang up on this stream, I'm going to get an analytics report that goes so wide and so deep on who was watching for how long on what platforms. It's an incredible platform. Okay, so I love that. Now, is StreamYard bad? No, I think StreamYard does a fine job. Some things that I think are big differentiators. As a guest, I can't respond to the comments. You know, I have to log. Like even if I log in and do all this stuff, I mean, it's a hassle. It can only restream to a couple platforms at one time. You do not have the studio options, the scheduling options, or the uploading options of Restream. So, you know, Restream is a more powerful service. Is that me saying, you know, I hate all the other services? No, I'm proud of them, and I think that there's room for everybody to thrive. If you want to thrive fast, powerfully, get Restream. You can get a free trial today at owenvideo.com/Restream. And if you get your free version, you'll be entered into a drawing to get a free pro version. So that's really exciting. Okay, next question. Dragon Fruit is saying, Owen, can you get the verification YouTube even if a channel is not in the YPP but has 100,000 subs? You know, that's a great question. I don't even know that YouTube does verification marks anymore. Largely, I think that they're working with the gold button and the silver button standard. So I would look into that. That's a great question. Maybe you could Google it for us. But certainly no one in my circles is talking about YouTube verification. So maybe I missed it. I'm open to that. I'm at my root a broken, hollow man with limited knowledge on the universe. But I don't know anybody talking about the verification mark on YouTube. So help me out with that, Dragon Fruit. Good to see you here, by the way. Glad that you're with us today. Okay, next question. Reagan V Films is saying, off topic, no such thing, my friend. How can I get more Gen Millennials on my channel about tech while maintaining Gen Z using the YouTube formula book by Daryl about demographics? Okay, look, so your channel, this is a question, by the way, about audience development, and this is not off topic. In fact, it's really the first and only conversation we should be having. I think this is like the first question about audience we ever got on this show. And I think it's important. I want to encourage you guys to be asking more questions about developing your audience and who it is. So here's the thing. Your channel is about tech. And so your audience, therefore, is people interested in tech. That's it. Whether that's that's millennials or Z. Okay? Those are what I would call silos, what Daryl calls buckets, okay? Those are like silos inside your channel, and a silo is like a playlist, okay? It's a group of videos all on a similar topic, and by the way, we teach this in depth in the video marketing school. And what you want to do then is, if you're targeting millennials, you're going to want to make a series of videos that use the language of millennials about, or they're going to be about tech, but titled and described in the language of millennials. Okay. The same with Gen Z, or maybe you'll do a series of tech that's more going to be Googled by Gen Z. So here's a good example. You know, early on in my channel's existence, I was doing lots of tutorials on like web design and how to add vision to your web and funnels and all of these things. But I wanted to get a younger crowd. And so what I did was I went ahead and made a video about Snapchat, because I knew that it would bring in the right people to my channel. And those videos blew up, by the way. They blew up. And what I did was I was able to bring in a whole new demographic of viewer into the channel. Still interested in video marketing, but in a different age group, which expands the network. So that's what I want you thinking about, Reagan V, is like, I'm going to make videos for millennials, and here's 5 examples. And then I'm going to make videos for Gen Z, and here's what those look like. Okay. And then even inside those silos, you could have multiple silos. Like you say, okay, for millennials, I'm going to do this software, this social media, and that headphone. And then for Gen Z, it's going to be like, I'm going to do this software, that app, and this, I don't know, Pokemon thing. I have no idea. Like what? I don't know. If you're Gen Z, like what tech are you into? I'd love to know, because I'm way into Amazon Alexa tech and smart home tech. I have a whole channel on it. Great question. Oh my gosh. Question of the day. If I had, an award, a prize to give out for the best questions ever, it would be this question right here. Shannon Broadbent is saying, I want to get started. Where do I begin? I think that is a great, great, great question. And the first place to begin is the Video Marketing School. Before you start live streaming, you need to develop your show. And that includes, who is your show for? What is your show about? And what is it not about? One of the biggest problems I see with brand new live streamers is they make these live stream shows on topics that they should not be talking about. They're off-topic topics, and that's a problem. When you work in the Video Marketing School, we have a program called Launch Your Live. It's a series of pre-recorded on-demand videos that you can watch at any time from your desktop or your mobile device, with templates and guides that go along with it. If you want to know more, you can go to our website at thevideomarketingschool.com, or I will shortcut you, Shannon. If you want us to do a YouTube strategy audit for you, then I want you to send an email to info@thevideospot.net. Do it right now. info@thevideospot.net. That will go to my wife, Teresa, who is sitting right here listening to me. And we'll do a live stream audit for you, and we'll help you get started on the right path, okay? But what you want to do, and we'll do that for free. That's not a charge thing. We'll do that for free right now today, okay? So if you want to get started with live streaming, and you should, folks, you need to have sort of like your goals in mind. What is your goal? Now, it might be different on different shows, right? Like for this show, it's really different every single week. Sometimes we want to have a big viewership show, right? We have our best viewership when we invite guests on the show. There's other times where our real goal is to drive traffic to the Restream affiliate link. That's our goal today, because we just started this new contest. Okay. So is that like, I don't know. I don't want to sound slimy when I say stuff like that, but I hope I'm like letting you guys into the behind the scenes. Like today, it's like, okay, we want to get people to Restream channel today. That's like our big goal for today's show. So you know what? Now here's another thing. I'll give you another goal. Here's another goal. Our goal today was to create the screen shares for a future video we're going to do on YouTube. So it's like, well, let's go ahead and get the screen shares ready for Restream. And then later in the week, we'll use them on YouTube in a shorter pre-recorded video. You see how that works? So Shannon, it's a great question. If you are fired up and you just want to go live today, then get Restream, go live on your Facebook profile, go live on your group. Okay. And no, it's thevideospot.net, and use Restream to do that. You can get a free trial at owenvideo.com/Restream. The email is info@thevideospot.net. Pam is logging in. Pam, good to see you. Owen has a tie on. Should we be dressed for this? No. As I mentioned before, the only thing I'm wearing is a shirt and tie, and I hope that doesn't disturb you. Ahmed is saying, thanks a lot for the sponsorship question. 2 quick follow-ups. If I don't monetize it, what's in it for YouTube to promote it? Will I lose viewers? Second question, am I responsible for the comp services? I'm not sure what comp services means, but let's go to your quick question. That kind of goes back to this rumor of like, if I don't monetize a video, will YouTube promote it? No, because YouTube is going to promote every video. YouTube is going to run ads on every video, whether you're monetized or not. Okay. Except if you put that it's monetized. So That's a new policy that's changed recently, right? Before it was we got to choose which videos were advertised on. Now it's kind of like no. Now it changes a little bit when I guess I need to know the size of your channel because that changes a little bit when you are monetized. But this idea that YouTube won't share your video if you don't monetize it, it's not the case at all. YouTube wants users on the platform, okay? Because users using the video, users watching videos on the platform equates to them to watch time and engagement that they can sell to advertisers. Similarly, your videos are going to lead, your unmonetized videos are going to lead viewers to monetized videos. So I think that YouTube's position is like, why would you do that? You know what I mean? Like, keep uploading the video. They want your videos published to the platform, and they want people watching them, even if they're not, even if they're not monetized. So something to think about. Talking Tax is saying, obviously, I stream about taxes. That was my hunch too. I started with 0 and in a month and a half grew to 102 subs. How does that happen? Well, it means that you're targeting the right topics. That's what's happening is you're targeting topics that people are interested in. Now, what else do you have working for you? Well, what time of year is it right now? Right? It's tax season. So you have like seasonal relevance in, working on your behalf right now. So sort of the hardest thing to do, and I've probably approached or been approached by multiple tax people. Never has a tax person ever like hired me for consulting. And here's why. It's the you are the business thing. And I'm not insulting tax people. I'm saying you have to get off this hamster wheel. Right? Is because they come to me tax season. And then they get busy because it's tax season. And then after tax season, they're like, I need a break from tax season. Okay. So here's the thing. If you, Talking Tax, want to surpass your competition, because I've worked with your competition and they're right now, they're getting ready for tax season. If you can make videos during this season and continue to work your client base, you're going to crush. You're going to absolutely crush because this is when people are searching. Guess what? People aren't really searching for tax questions after tax season's over. So that's kind of one of the things you got to do. It's kind of like when I'm at a conference, you want to post about the conference because everyone's talking about the conference. And it's very easy to get into that place where you're like, I'm too busy to post about the conference. I'm too busy at the conference to post about me being at the conference. You got to find a way to do it. Great question. I love it. Pam is saying, hey, Harley, good to see you. I seriously need staff to tell me what day it is. Totally. Shannon, glad you're here. I hope you'll tune in every single week. Make sure to find us on YouTube at Owen Video and join the community. Pam is saying, yeah, I just realized that this is tax time, so I rushed out a video about sorting finances out. Hey, great point here, folks. Like, even if you're not a tax consultant, right? Even if you're not a tax consultant, you could be making videos that help your clients or audience members get ready for tax season, right? Right? So like if you're doing videos about designing for B2B and you want to attract small business owners like we do, you could say like how to get your taxes ready, how live streamers can get their taxes ready. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. Reagan V is saying, you guys got to see this. Reagan V is saying, I'll worry about taxes in the next 2 to 3 years. And that's because he's still in high school. And I just think it's awesome that we have, the next generation logging into the show and being a part of the revolution, the re-levolution. Glad to have you here, my friend. Okay, we got time for a couple more. Do we have any other questions out there while Carlos is looking? I want to say what's up to Life on YouTube and Facebook. It is great to see you. And we've got Talking Tax, Costume Co. So many good people. Larry Cozen out there. Ahmed is out there. Pam, love to see you guys here today. Lead with Jim, of course, is crushing. Shannon's asking about expanding viewership. Well, the first thing I do is I would stream live to multiple places at one time. I would stream live to multiple. And if you're doing that and you're only getting, a couple views, then you need to build those platforms, right? That's the problem, is you're not building the platform. It's kind of like, well, I keep streaming in my group, but I don't add any more people to my group. You know what I mean? How do you add people to, Keller Coleman logging in? My man, Flup. So look, expanding viewership, guys, it's like a multifaceted. It's not one way. There's multiple ways to grow your strategy. And all of them, I think, kind of fall into, I hate to say the common sense, but like common courtesy really is the thing. In fact, like if you don't have enough people engaging on your profile, then you need to get on your profile and go and engage with more people. Right? I struggle with this too. I think we're streaming on LinkedIn today. I haven't seen one comment from LinkedIn today. I haven't seen any. Maybe they came in. But why? I could easily be like, how do I expand my viewership on LinkedIn? Or I could go to LinkedIn and start meeting more people on LinkedIn. Right? And even inviting them to my show. And that's the thing, is I think we get stuck in this place where when you're like networking with people, it's always like, well, how do I sell this person? If I have to do anything, I want to sell them. I don't want to, if I have to choose between getting them on my show or getting them as my customer, I want to choose getting them as a customer. So I don't want to waste this opportunity. No, it's the wrong attitude. You got to be thinking in funnels, right? You got to be thinking in like, okay, what's the next step to keep this person close to me? So, when I eventually spend more time on LinkedIn and I see it on my phone, I put it on the home screen of my phone, and I still can't bring myself, because you know why? I feel like it's kind of like a business meeting on LinkedIn. I do. I feel like it's a Zoom meeting, and it's like, I just want to have fun. I want to do this. I want to do TikTok videos and all the things that I want to do. Got to get over it, because I do want to get into that business crowd more on LinkedIn. So here's the thing. I got to just go on LinkedIn and get them to watch the show every week, right? And get them, like, you guys see the compliments. People love this show. So I got to get people to like the show more, and then when that happens, now I'm engaging with them every week. Then from the show, I move them over to a landing page where I have the email. I can engage them in email. So it's all funnels, guys. It's all funnels. And if you want to build your viewership, then be a part of someone else's viewerships, right? Like be someone else's viewer. If you want more viewers, be many other people's viewer. Go in, look at their show, leave comments, go to their YouTube page, leave comments, go to the place where they want viewership and be a part of their community there. You'll find that it's growing quickly. Ahmed is saying, do you have private consultancy sessions? I have a few more questions regarding sponsorships, but don't want to annoy anybody. Yes, I'm a sponsorship expert. Why don't you give us an email at info@thevideospot.net. You'll speak with Teresa, and she'll set up a time for us to chat a little bit more. I'd love to know what your questions are. We do have a consultancy program, and you will get, fascinating results. We've got a success story where our training helped a local business close a 6-figure brand deal, a 6-figure sponsorship that included live streaming and travel and all sorts of really, really great stuff. Okay, I think we've got time for like one more. Okay. Lead with Jim is saying, how do you get LinkedIn to approve you to live stream? Yeah, good luck, pal. Look, here's one thing about LinkedIn is they don't really have their stuff together when it comes to approving people for the LinkedIn. It is largely an unscientific, subjective, sort of bureaucratic process right now. And that's almost what the LinkedIn newsfeed feels like at times, doesn't it? Like, can we lighten up here a little bit? But look, I'm not anti-LinkedIn. So I don't mean to be knocking them. I just don't think they have the system down yet. You know what I mean? So here's how I got approved for LinkedIn. I applied every single month for multiple months. And then I added LinkedIn to Restream, when I got set up with Restream and I went live and it worked on LinkedIn. I never got an email saying that you're in. I never got like an alert saying congratulations or a notification that was like, you are now a LinkedIn live streamer. I got nothing. Teacher Paul is saying, I applied to LinkedIn. Dude, not only did I apply, I actually was private emailed with one of their partners. So LinkedIn Live has partners. I know I'm very close with one of those partners. He wrote me a CC'd personal email to the right person and was like, hey, meet my buddy Owen. You got to approve this guy. No email back. A few months later, I was approved. Like, Jim, I would say keep applying and keep trying to add them to Restream. Because if you get approved, it's not like they're going to tell you. They're just going to turn it on. Jim is saying it's a hot mess. You know, maybe that's the case. What's going on there? I clicked the wrong one. I hate when that happens. I go to click a comment the wrong one. It's a hot mess. You know, is it a hot mess? Is it just like, because I don't want to knock them. Is it a mess, or is it like they're like a badly organized system is the way I think of it. Is definitely the case. Charlotte is saying it sounds like a velvet rope at the club. It seriously is. And like, at least at the club, the right people can get you in. Like, I don't even know like what, like how to get in there, but keep trying. Keep trying. And then Carlos, if you could put that email in the chat room for Ahmed one more time. Adam's Exploits, great to see you. Glad you're here, guys. That's all the time we have for today. Thanks so much for joining us on Stream Like You Mean It, and be sure to join us next week where we will cover even more live streaming strategies to help you grow your business. Thanks for joining me today, guys. I will see you next time.